Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Ball Guy and the Fat Boy podcast. I'm the Ball Guy with my buddy, the Fat Boy.
Roll Tide.
And I wish we were coming to you with better news, but I mean, it's just we had a little pre-show discussion, and it's like, yeah, this one's just gonna suck. Everything's gonna be bad, and that's kind of the way it is right now. So that's where we're at.
Um, I mean, who wants to sit around and listen to a podcast about bad teams playing bad ball or bad
Other
hockey?
people that are upset about watching what they see, and you can't get different results out of it.
From a personal, and I'm not. This ain't a recommendation. From a personal standpoint, when everything's negative and everybody's talking about how bad everybody sucks, I just turn it off.
Do you really?
Yeah,
See,
but
I like it. I'm ready to get down in the trenches with everybody, and let's just go see why it sucks, where it sucks, and what can we possibly do to make it better.
I, I mean, I get when I get downtrodden. People have to look that up. When I get downtrodden about a certain team or something like the Cowboys, for instance, right now, it's just hard for me to give a crap. And they just, I mean, they're in the sport of football, but they're playing like crap. And then now we're all injured up. Dak, the highest paid quarterback in the league went down, and CD Lamb's heart got
That's a
clean.
hamstring, right? Isn't that what they decided?
And then Cooper Rush came in the game. That hole was too big for him to get out of, but he dug a little bit. He got him a third, well, half the way out of it. Or if we recovered onside kick, we might have made some hay, but it didn't happen. So
Who do the Cowboys play next week?
be honest, we ain't looked yet. You'd have to look that up. I hadn't looked
Oh
yet.
my goodness, man! Come on, you're on a sports podcast. You don't know.
I know, but it's so hard for me to give a crap.
Come on now. It shouldn't be that hard. Let's see. Next week, uh, the Eagles are at the Cowboys Sunday at 3:25. So I was gonna make a prediction. I don't know if I'm gonna. I'll do it. I'll stick with it. Here's my prediction: Dak can't go. Cooper Rush plays the game. Cooper Rush wins the game for the Cowboys against the Eagles.
Yeah, but don't tell me we got a quarterback controversy, because there ain't nobody in their dog, especially Jerry Jones, gonna leave a $60 million quarterback on the
No, we
bench.
don't have a quarterback controversy. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, just the nature of the way this team normally plays, we will play better. We have Cooper Rush there because everybody else will step up because they're not sitting back there waiting on Dak to do something. But that's all. I'm just saying that the Eagles are going to have a bad game because our defense is atrocious right now.
Yeah, so much for that new defensive coordinator and that new scheme. I mean, I miss the old scheme. If this is the new scheme.
Well, I mean, we had a good defense the last couple of years, and I really did think that one of Dan Quinn's kind of kryptonites, so to speak, was the Shanahan offensive style and scheme.
But
But
you know my
everybody's style and scheme gives us problems right now.
yeah better my saying kind of goes here. Better the devil you know than the devil you don't.
Well, I mean, I don't mind making a change. We just need to make sure it was for the better.
You know, and right now it ain't.
Well, the problem is it coaching or personnel?
Both.
Well, I mean, we still have some injuries on the outside. We're used to having two Pro Bowl level cornerbacks.
That's why I say
Had the last couple of years. We don't now.
I'll tell you one thing we don't do enough for me, and I think we play too much zone. I think we drop off too much. I don't think we go to the quarterback near enough. I don't think we're nearly aggressive enough. But that's just my opinion.
I think they like trying to do that because it disguises so much stuff. And
Yeah, but I mean,
Zimmer's big on changing and making quarterbacks guess on what's going to happen. But if they guess right, you're screwed.
Yeah. So they to me, they're trying to invent the wheel too much. They need to get back to. I mean, we're.
I think he wants to do that because he's struggling with talent.
Well, maybe so, but I don't know. We'll see.
So you got to try to do other things in order to be able
next
to
week against the
try to
Eagles.
make an impact.
We get Micah back. Maybe that'll help. I don't know.
It shouldn't hurt. But I mean, at this point, I'm thinking let's just go get a good draft pick.
Yeah, but the problem is, even if we did that, we wouldn't get a very good one because we would be in the no man's land in the middle of the road as opposed to the bottom of the draft.
We don't have to be. We've only won 3 games.
Yeah, but we'll still end up 8-8 or 8-9.
Why?
They just will though. I mean, because the team will they'll be bad, but they won't quit enough for us to get any lower than that.
I don't know. I could see us having a decent draft pick next year.
Yeah.
Top 10.
I don't. You have to lose out. You have to lose out to get a top 10 pick.
No, you don't.
Oh yeah, for sure. Think about who's on the bottom and how many teams are on the bottom. There ain't no way you get in the top 10.
Oh, I mean,
unless you lost out.
Let me look at our research department real quick. You just hold on.
Yeah. Live on the air.
Yeah, well, recorded on there. If we, we're better at this, we could edit all that out.
Yeah, that's your department.
Oh, ain't it though? Let's see. Where are the standings right
now? No, I think I looked at the schedule and before I had today's game is a loss. The last 2 games is a loss, just like they both were. But I had it split in the Philadelphia games, and then one of the few after the Philadelphia game, I think we'll win. So that's why I had us about 8-8 or 9-8 is what I had.
What place do you think we are in the NFC right now?
We're sitting at second.
No, not our.
Oh, NFC.
In the whole NFC, what do you think we rank right now?
19th.
There's only 16 teams, so
it'd be 19 then. 14th or 15th.
13th.
Yeah, 14th.
The Giants are 2-7. New Orleans is 2-7, but they've already beat us. So I mean, we could slide in under them. Carolina's 2-7, and then there's the Dallas Cowboys at 3-5.
Yeah.
And then if you go to the AFC, you go, okay, well, let's look at the AFC. Well, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams in the AFC that only have 2 wins.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
So 6-3, that's 9. Right now, we'd be number 10. Us and the Jets would be battling out for the 10th best draft pick.
Yeah, but I still think we get 9-8, 8-8.
I mean, I think we'll beat the Giants. I don't know who else we'll beat.
I think we'll split the Eagles.
I don't. I think the Eagles will beat us. I think Washington will sweep us.
I don't know about that. We'll see. I always call those a split because we for whatever reason we get up them games more than we do other games. So if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I have to predict the way I see it, and that's the way I see it.
I hope they turn it around, man. I hope they do. I hope we end up with a winning record, but they're making it really hard on themselves.
If they turn around, that's inconducive to what you want to do. So, so you're danged if you do and danged if you don't.
Well, I mean, I'll take our chances if we can get to the playoffs, but I really think right now, I think you're looking at a new coach, a whole new scheme,
and a bad draft pick,
and a mediocre draft pick. Yeah,
a mediocre draft pick. That's exactly I think you got everything right. If you just come to my side and say we're going to end up about 8-8 or 8-9, then that's exactly what we're going to be. That's exactly who we are.
Yeah. What coach do we bring in? I mean, it's time for those conversations.
Not the coach I want. So my second choice is Mike Vrabel.
What's the coach you want?
Nick Saban.
Yeah, you're right. Definitely not the coach you want.
Yeah. I mean, he would be if he could get along with if he could get Jerry out of his way, he'd be great to do it.
There's nothing in your boy's past that says he'd be a good NFL coach.
Well,
Sorry.
except for his uh, failure the first time.
Right. Okay. Would not tell you he'd be great.
We don't know about great, but I like to give him a shot at it.
Why would you want him if you didn't think he'd be great?
Well, I mean, he has to. I mean, he has to see if he can be great. It depends on the personnel, but I think he could do the job.
I think he's so much better working with younger kids, developing, being able to have that kind of disciplinarian thing on them.
He got because of the of what it's gone to with NIL and transfer portal and all that
Yeah,
bullcrap.
but the things he don't like about it is the exact same things he's going to have to worry about dealing with overpaid divas in the NFL.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
No,
I
I
don't.
don't think he'll get a shot. I don't think he wants
I
it, to be
personally
honest.
he'll even go there. That's who I wanted. I think Mike Vrabel would be like your one of your best shots. I dang sure don't want his best friend.
Who?
Um, Saban's best friend, Belichick.
Oh, you don't want Belichick?
Mm-mm. You can't tell me you do. I hope you don't.
I don't.
Ugh. Who are you thinking? I've given two or three. You ain't gave none. Who's out there or out there right now that you'd be interested in? Anybody you think of?
Not really.
Saban?
I'd want to see like an offensive mind come in, but I mean, still, they're not going to get handed the keys to the kingdom or nothing.
Do you know one of the glaring mistakes the Cowboys made this year that wasn't so glaring until right today? Or well, today I saw why it was glaring.
What?
Can you tell me who is leading the NFL in rushing yards after contact?
No, I can't. Derrick Henry?
No,
Oh, who?
Tony Pollard.
Ah,
Yeah, for the Tennessee Titans. I watched some of that Titans game.
mm-hmm.
He's run like a beast this year for the Titans.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I'd have been okay swapping him out for Derrick Henry, but we
Well, I
couldn't afford either one of them if you listen
that.
to Jerry Jones.
We do that. We swapped him out for Ezekiel Elliott.
Okay, I'm saying I would have been okay with Tony Pollard, or if you didn't re-sign him and
Yeah,
he was going to get paid,
but
that's fine.
that's
Go
one of
get
the things where
Derrick Henry.
that's one of the things we aired the most was what we've done to running back.
Yeah,
So
no, I'll give you that. But I mean, our offensive line is atrocious too. So
yeah, but that there's two reasons for that because it's youthful. It's gotten real young, so we're still trying to get there. I think we got some pieces in there that are between the Smith and Guyton uh, and the other boy's name I can't think of right now. Um, they're good. I think Martin might retire after this year.
yeah, I think he probably will.
Yeah,
I think it's time. I mean,
yeah. So even if we do get a draft pick in the 12 range, we're going to have to go get another offensive lineman.
I might make a lot of difference.
Yeah, I don't know who our center's been. Has our center been good this year? I mean, I've watched the games, but I hadn't really
I
seen
don't think you look at our offensive line and say anybody's been good.
no that haven't been good. I mean, I didn't even graded off. I don't even know what our stats are on the offensive line if we're
I don't know about the stats. I'm just saying, watching the game, it is not good.
okay. So I don't so changing coach. I said Vrabel. Could you live with Vrabel? Would Vrabel be somebody you'd be interested in?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I'm excited about Vrabel, but I mean, I could tolerate Vrabel.
And I can't think of I can't think of a whole bunch of other names that come to mind that are available. That may I mean they might be available after people get rid of some, but
Uh, it'd be interesting. I don't know. I don't
what
know if
about
it'd work or not, but I'd be tempted to go throw money at Lincoln Riley. USC's fixing to get rid of him.
Yeah. I was just finna say, why not go to the college ranks and just pluck a newbie out like him? Or I even thought of another one. Um
You thinking what team are they coming off of? Come on.
I'm thinking of the team like Browse.
Browse?
Browse.
Art Browse son?
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm. Well, I
I
was
don't
thinking,
even I don't even know where he's coaching at right now, but no.
yeah, he's doing real good too.
Yeah, but I mean he's not a head coach anywhere, is he? Isn't he still OC?
That's what I mean. It's time.
He's not jumping from an OC in college to a head coach in the NFL.
It's happened before.
It ain't with somebody with baggage. Anyway, all right.
What about? Not that either. Oh, anyway, I don't think we're gonna fix it tonight, but the
Yeah,
Cowboys.
no, we're not, but we can start having the discussion because I mean it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's it's a coaching problem right now. Looking at them, we have pre-snap penalties. We have dumb, unorganized. Did you see? I don't know if you were watching it or not, but did you see the fake punt?
no, I missed that.
Oh my goodness! Like I don't know what it was supposed to be, but the fake punt was covered. Like the punter got the ball, stepped to throw. The receiver and the defensive back are like right there, and the defensive back almost kind of moves because the receiver was almost like backing into him, trying to stay in front of him to get the ball. And it's like the DB or the guy blocking the gunner was he kind of stepped out of the way, let the receiver kind of fall back, and I mean we're lucky it wasn't picked off. Like that ball never should have been thrown. You just should have threw it out of bounds and turned it over on the line of scrimmage. It was horrible.
Yeah. So anyway, so we need to talk about any of the rest of the league. Anything?
No, no, not right now. It's fine.
Okay. So what do you want to go into next? I guess we need.
Dodgers won the World Series.
Is it over?
Yeah,
Who was me and my wife were just talking about that. I didn't see. I ain't seen nothing about them winning the
the
World Series.
Dodgers won it in 5 games.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, yeah. New York kind of choked it away. Um, they had a lead in maybe the last 2 games.
Well, that makes me happy. I'd rather the Dodgers win it than the Yankees.
Well, I don't care who won it this year. Next year, the Rangers are going back, so that's all that matters.
Well, I hope so. Mirror my to God's ears. But I just want to see us with all these pieces healthy one time.
We're not signing people that you get to see everybody healthy at one time. We're signing people to where even if one or two are out, we should still have enough to get the job done.
Well, that was last year. I'm talking about this next year.
We'll see.
Everybody, everybody should come into the season ready to go.
I don't even know like Scherzer's contract's up, isn't it?
Uh, Wrong guy. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, they've got some
But
off
you
season work to do.
Prom, you got Scherzer, you got
Uh,
Evaldi. I mean,
yeah, no, I don't know as though you're going to have any of those guys back.
see that's crazy to me because I want to see them all one time.
Well, you never got to do it, and you still won a World Series. So
There you go. Okay, so that's baseball. You'll go. You want to go hockey next? Hockey? They lost in Finland.
yeah, yeah, they took a long trip, did a bunch of touristy stuff. Florida Panthers come over there later. Like the Stars made a big grand trip out of this and did a lot of things with their fans and did this whole thing. The Panthers flew over there, kicked their butt in what was a home and away series over there. One team was the home team this game. The next game, the other team was a home game. And yeah, yeah, the Stars just couldn't keep up. I don't know if that showed you that there is quite a bit of difference between them and the Panthers, or what you were supposed to take away from that, but it was not a pretty trip.
Right. Okay.
I told you it was going to be a bad podcast, man. I told you we were down in the stuff today.
Well, the Mavericks were beating up on the Magic a while ago.
Okay.
I don't know what the final was. Zip, there's a final score in that game yet.
Well, what did you think looking at the game? I mean, if you got
Oh,
to watch it, I hadn't got to watch much basketball this year.
the ones that have been on TV. I think they've just got to come together as a team, get all these new pieces working together, and I think they're going. As long as they can stay healthy, I think they're going to be just fine.
Nah, there's 6 minutes and some change left. They're up 99-73 on the Magic. So,
Yeah,
but somehow I thought they started off pretty good, but I mean they're only 3-2, so this will put them at 4-2 after this game.
yeah, but they had a couple tough games, but it's all. I mean, it's still way early in the season, so
Yeah, it's going to take them a little while to find everybody.
yeah, they got some quite a few new players to integrate into the mix and get used to everybody.
Yep, Doncic went back to it. He's got 32 points right now. Irvin's got 17. Gafford with an 18-point game.
Yeah, Gafford and Lively, they have been impressive to me since we traded for them or drafted one, traded for the other. PJ,
Yeah,
what
no, that's pretty good.
for that matter, he's been helpful too. So, and of course, Clay Thompson, when he shots on, he's good, and he's on more than he's off, so he's better. He's definitely an upgrade from Hardaway.
Yeah, no, they'll be fine. I mean, I think they'll make a decent playoff push as long as everybody stays healthy.
Yeah, I think so too. All right,
Okay. Well, there's a little good news. You found a bright spot in all the darkness.
all right. So now we'll end up. We'll start talking about college football. There was some games this week. Penn State lost. A&M lost. A&M kind of got embarrassed a little
Yeah, it
bit.
seems like everybody lost. I mean, that's
Well, not really. Um, uh,
Georgia got scared by Florida.
Georgia did in the first half, scared. Um, Alabama was off this week. So was LSU. So was Texas.
Yep.
Alabama goes to Baton Rouge for night game to determine. This game here will determine whether one of these two teams make the top 12 and the playoff. I mean, they can still lose it after this, but I think this is a pivotal game for both of these teams to decide. I mean, if either one of these teams make the playoffs. So, of course, I'm biased. I want Alabama to make the playoff, and we need to win this game and win it pretty good to make that come to fruition. They had the rankings come out today, and we were at 14, and we moved up to 11. Number one team is still Oregon. Number two is Georgia. 3 Ohio State. 4 is Miami, and 5 is Texas. That's your top 5. Tell me what you think about all that.
Oh, I agree with that pretty well. I mean, that's about the way you got to rank them.
Yeah. Vanderbilt. That everybody laughed at us for losing to Vanderbilt. Did get moved in the top 25. Ha ha ha. Colorado moved up. What did you tell me Colorado was?
20th or 21st, something like that.
Colorado's in the top 20. I think Boise State would they go to 12?
13.
Boise State went to 13th. So they're on the outside looking in. Army.
I mean, and this is the AP poll too, so this isn't like the
Well, they don't come out to that with that
playoff selection or nothing.
Yeah, but this is just what we got to go off until we got something else to go off of. and with Boise being the leader in the group of five, and maybe Army. I'm rooting for Army to make it into the group of five too as well. So we'll see. I don't know how all this is going to shake out because we've never done it before. It's all brand new.
Oh, it'll be good. Just wait, sit back. I mean, it'll get real exciting for those fringe teams whenever we
Yeah.
get a lot closer.
So who do you like in the? No arguments. I mean, who do you like LSU or do you like Alabama uh in the in this game coming up
Where are they playing at?
Death Valley? They go to Baton Rouge night game. It's the same way we always play them.
Uh, I'm gonna say y'all pull this one out.
Okay,
I think Alabama wins that ball game.
and that won't guarantee us a shot at the playoffs, but that'll really go a long way to helping us get there.
Losing would pretty much guarantee you not having a shot.
Completely out. Yes, can't lose. Got to win, but yes, you're exactly right. Couple Big 12 teams. BYU still undefeated. I think Iowa State lost though, didn't they?
Iowa State did lose, yeah. It was a close game, but they lost. But they're still ranked decent.
The Army was undefeated. BYU was undefeated. Miami was undefeated,
And Oregon.
and Oregon's undefeated. So we still got some chalk out there. So they either play somebody or don't. I don't know how it's all going to work. I didn't realize. They kind of blew the Pac-12 up.
Yeah.
You know, do you know there's still two teams in the Pac-12?
Which two are left?
Washington and Oregon State, the Beavers.
And that's the only two teams in the in
Yeah,
the
but
Pac-12?
they've invited that they've sent out invitations to it, but they're gonna keep the Pac-12. They're just gonna add a bunch of teams to it next year.
Okay.
And then next year they're gonna be like a 6-team league, and the year after that they're gonna be like an 8 or 9 team league, and then at some point I think they'll get back to whatever the Pac-12. I think they'll get back to 12 eventually. They keep inviting teams out of the group of five, like I think they're adding like Boise State's going to go over there, and Colorado State, and a few others are going to go join the Pac-12 and make a new Pac-12.
Well, hey, that'll work. I mean, if that's what they need to do, stay at a Power Five conference. Let's go.
It's just odd how all the transition and moving around and reclassifying and regrouping. It's just college football is just in a strange
Well, the
place.
thing is, it just doesn't affect football, right? I mean, that's all their athletic programs.
Oh yeah, but I mean, no, I mean, let's not get it twisted. Football is what drives revenue. I mean, that's what put most of these schools' money on the board. There's a few I think that basketball drives the revenue, but I think for the most part, football drives the revenue at each school, doesn't it?
Yeah, like you said, there's a couple that
I think maybe
basketball could. I mean, Duke,
yeah,
North Carolina, Kentucky.
Kansas, maybe
Yeah, maybe.
so something like that. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's
Um,
but still you've got all these athletes competing in different stuff. Right now, I mean, that ought to be a pretty 50-50 shot, I guess, of winning the Pac-12 this year.
yeah, but here's I don't think they could do that.
What are you
Uh,
talking about?
I don't think they're going to have like a. Never mind. I'm not even going to argue that dumb. But
I'm just saying which because they play each other, but I think whichever team ends up with the best record is going to win the Pac-12 this year.
yeah, with two teams, that's
I don't
dumb.
think they have a title game or nothing. I mean, a championship between the two teams would be pretty good if you could do that. Maybe milk a little bowl money sponsorship out of that.
Dumb. Okay, so right now, Miami's undefeated. Let's have a futures conversation. Let's say let you yawn real big. Yeah. Okay, Miami's the ACC and they went out. Oregon is Pac-10 and they went out.
The Pac, what?
Big Ten, Pac-10.
Okay, it's
I
Big
said
Ten.
I meant Big Ten. I apologize. Okay, so SEC. Who's leading the clubhouse right now? Georgia
Yeah.
or no? Yeah, Georgia. Georgia's leading the clubhouse right now. I'm just trying to figure out who your top 4 seeds are going to be. It's going to be 4 seeds. They get the bye and home field advantage.
Okay. I mean, I think you put Texas as your other 4 seed, as your 4 seed. I mean,
I don't think they'll take. I don't think there'll be 2. I don't think there can be 2 out of the SEC. I think because there's another one that needs a championship, right? Who all has championship now? ACC, Big Ten.
the champion from the ACC is not going to be in there.
Yes, they are. If Miami stays undefeated, they will be.
Okay, if Miami stays undefeated, yes.
They don't. Have you seen their schedule? They don't got very much left.
All right. So what you're saying Miami,
Yeah.
Georgia? Well, I mean, okay. So the winner of the ACC, the Big Ten, and the SEC is what you're saying.
Yeah, but who's the other Power 5 conference right now? The
Big 12?
Yeah, so right now the lead the Big 12 is BYU, ain't they?
Maybe.
So if BYU stays undefeated and wins the Big 12, so that's your 4 teams.
And we automatically give those 4 conferences a champion the bye.
That's what it is. If they win the championship game, and that's just what it is.
Okay.
So all 4 of them will get the bye and the home field advantage for the first game of the playoff.
So what you're saying is Texas needs to beat Georgia in the SEC title game.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So, based off the bracket I saw, there's going to be 4 teams for the Power Conference. The 15, the 15 will be the first team out of in the group of 5, the best team out of the group of 5.
All right. So what does that put? I mean, I don't mind. I think not having the bye, I don't think is going to hurt you. If you're coming in a hot streak, the more you play, I think the bye may make some of these teams go cold a little bit.
I don't know. We won't know that until it happens. But all I can tell you is what the format is right now, and the 4 Power 5, the 4 Power 5 school leagues will have the top 4 spots, and after that, then that's the top 4. So 5 through 12 will be picked by the committee, basically. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, yes, I see what you're saying. Hold on, I'm trying to verify that's where we're at here. Let's see. College football playoff bracket. Here we go. All right, so like right now, they've got if the season stopped, there's people that are telling you right now what it would be. Round 1 would be Alabama at Indiana, and somebody else has it picked as Boise State at Ohio State. So it's a 12-5 matchup.
Yeah, 12-5.
All right, and then 11-6.
11-6.
Which one of these guys has this as SMU at Texas, which would be
Bad.
awesome.
Excuse my language I had to use ass there, but that would be a badass game. I think that'd be a better game. Everybody thinks it would be too.
And then 10-7 will play.
Yeah.
and then 9 and 8 will play.
9 and 8 will play.
So, what does it talk about? Hold on, it kicked me out here. Let's see. All right, so the 5 would play 4. 6 would play 3. And 8 would play 1. And 7 and 2.
7 will play 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as
it doesn't necessarily say. Looking at it, it doesn't look like it's necessarily conference champions. It's just the top 4 teams.
well, that was the way it was that I understood it. That whoever won the individual conferences in the Power 5 conferences were going to get those top 4 spots. All the Power 4 conferences will play a championship, correct?
I think so.
Well, the way it was, I understood it is all those champions of those individual ACC, SEC would be the conference champion that would represent on that first line. Would get the bye and the so
Maybe so. Maybe so. But it don't matter. I mean, everybody ought to be trying to win their conference and then figure it out.
it matters a lot to me.
You just want to make sure Alabama's in the running
I
here.
love the idea of getting to play Indiana.
You might not after y'all play.
I'll be over. That's my point. You take me all wrong. Of course, I want Alabama to win, but all I want to do is prove it on the field, not in a boardroom. Like last year, we had to get in the board. We had to get into the thing on the boardroom instead of Florida State because of all that BS. I don't like the BS. I want it to be. I want us to be in, deserve to be in, and prove it on the field. If we can't beat Indiana, we shouldn't be there anyway. And that goes for any team that's in it. And I think the champions of the Power 5 of each individual conference should get the buys and the first round home game.
Okay, that's what this is saying. Hold on. This is USA Today, and they are saying that the 4 highest ranked conference champions will be seeded 1 through 4 and receive a first round bye. The 5th conference champion will be seeded where it was ranked or at number 12 if it is outside the top 12 in the college football rankings. Non conference champions ranked in the top 4 will be seeded beginning at number 5. And it says that because of this, the seating could look different than the final rankings.
Right.
But I mean, they're talking about 5 conferences, but we don't really have 5 conferences now. We have 4.
But what they were talking about, there's only 4 spots for that, but that 5th spot goes to the highest team out of the group of 5. Highest ranked team out of.
Is that what it is now? Because when they were coming up with all this, they didn't really expect for the Pac-12 to just fall apart like it did.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's where we are. And of course we're getting down to it now, so we do got to start having the conversation. And I don't know. Like I said a minute ago, all I want to do is a chance to either win it or lose it on the field. I just don't want to win or lose in the boardroom.
Well, but there's still going to be teams on the outside of the 12 that sit there and have an argument. And some of them have a legitimate argument on, oh, we should have been able to go and have a chance.
Well, if they do, they do. But all I can tell you is it'll be to me it'll be a whole lot more definitive now than it was before.
I got you. So, all right. Well, anything else you want to cover, go over today?
Not really. I think we. Oh no, we did talk about the Heisman real quick.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're pretty much where we've been.
Yeah, but
Everybody else is catching
I
on to
wanted
that.
I wanted to say that that game day on ESPN, they must have copied me and you because or one of us anyway for sure because they were split between Hunter and Janty on there just like me and you are, and of course Travis Hunter is the leading odds on favorite in Vegas now um, to win the Heisman, and I've been preaching that since week 2, and because of all the because of what he's doing in the feat the feat he's doing playing 140 snaps on offense and defense is just amazing. And he even said whatever NFL team he goes to, he'd like to continue to do both. He's done both since his Pee-wee. So I guess it just depends on what team he goes to if they'll let him do it or not. But I personally don't think, long as they can continue to be relevant, the Mavericks did beat the Magic, and that's final now.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. So, would you rather see uh, he won't be available or whatever? Okay, let's see what it is. But would you rather see Travis Hunter or Dion's son get drafted to the Cowboys?
Well, we couldn't do Dion's son, so now let's say we didn't sign Dak. Uh, the answer to this question will be different. Since we signed Dak 4 years, $60 million, Travis Hunter. Since we signed Dak, I mean, if we didn't sign Dak, it would have been secure. It would have been secure.
Why couldn't we draft Shador and let him sit behind Dak for 3 years?
I think he'll go higher than that.
Well, I mean, wherever he gets drafted, why couldn't you do that?
I just don't. I just don't think that's feasible. But because by the time he plays, he'll have to be on a full time. He'll have to be on a big time salary, and he won't have done nothing yet.
He's your
So
first round pick. You can get 5 years out of him.
maybe I just it would be Hunter for me under the current under that current criteria. If we didn't sign Dak, it would be secure. That's just the way I feel. That's just my answer.
Yeah, I don't know. Dallas definitely needs safety help. So
So and I mean, and they could always use a slot wide receiver. I'd put him in. I'd play him at slot and play him on defense.
we'll see if he could keep it up at the next level. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not gonna say he can't till he can't. He's done it so far, and he's he's working his butt off to do it. So I'm gonna give him a shot at it. That's how I feel about it.
well, hold on. So, what do you think about Dion coming in as the Cowboys coach?
I'm in the minority on that. I would love it.
Okay. All right. Thanks, everyone. That concludes our episode for today. About all we can take on that. Sorry it was such a depressing episode. We wish we had more positive stuff to talk about, but it just was not one of those weeks.
It is what it is.
So, all right. Everybody like, subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time.
Roll Tide.